Can we always be happy? Is pleasure and happiness the same thing? Why do we suffer? What is suffering? Can we get rid of suffering permanently? What is yoga? Why is there a need for yoga? And how does yoga work? To understand yoga, we need to understand what is suffering. Dukkha is the Sanskrit word for suffering. It has a very interesting meaning. It is made up of two roots, du and kha. The root du stands for something that spoils or damages, and the root kha stands for space. Space is classified in three categories: physical space, mental space, and space of consciousness. The physical space is the space around us, our home, our garden, our office, our school, university, and everything in it. The mental space is the space of the mind. This is where our thoughts arise, our emotions appear, our passions emerge, our mood is set, and from where our behavior is controlled. The third is the space of consciousness, in which both the physical space and the mental space reside. The physical space might be great. One may have all that she wants: a beautiful house, a lovely garden, amazing weather, a fancy car, but one might still be miserable on the inside. Dukkha means spoiled mental space. Dukkha means damaged mental space. All suffering is of the mind. There is nothing outside. What spoils or damages the mind is classified in three categories. Yoga calls these categories as Dukkhatraya: internal, external, and beyond. Internal suffering, Adhyatmic Dukkha, is an internal pain. Either negative emotions such as anger, jealousy, fear, hatred cause this suffering, or physical illness caused due to unhealthy habits lead to this suffering. External suffering, Adi Bhautika Dukkha, is external pain caused by someone who intends to harm you. It could be another human being, or it could be an insect. It could be your spouse, or it could be a mouse. Third is the suffering caused by factors beyond our control. It is known as Adi Daivika Dukkha, suffering caused by natural calamities such as floods, fires, earthquakes, landslides, or it could be something recent like the corona pandemic. The insurance companies call it an act of God and try to avoid paying for it. Another way to classify the threefold suffering is parinam, tapa, and samskara. Changes which impact us negatively are termed as parinama dukkha. Losing your job due to company restructuring, or having to face the cost of living crisis are some examples of unfavorable changes that cause this suffering. not being able to achieve your targets or to meet the deadline, not being able to get that promotion you really wanted, or not being successful in business are examples of suffering which is classified as Dukkha. The third is the suffering caused due to the inability to change bad habits. Bad habits could be negative thinking or could be physical bad habits such as addiction or excessive behavior. This suffering is classified as samskara dukkha. Everyone in the world, without exception, wants perfect happiness. We want to avoid suffering at all cost. But no matter who we are, man or woman, young or old, rich or poor, healthy or sick, famous or little known, suffering cannot be avoided. We can find temporary distractions, but the pain will return. The inquiry to find a permanent solution to suffering is the origin of yoga.